Hi guys, LordOfPondtail here with another video for Rise of Empires, Ice and Fire. And today in this video, it's a Sunday and I wanted to show you guys how to do a points exchange in a friendly way during a kill event. If you choose either kill event for your option on Sunday, or of course we have kill events every Saturday in Clash of Province as well anyway. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a points exchange with another player from a different province. We are here in 55, we're up against State 74 this week, and yesterday I did points exchange for kill event with a nice player from 74 called Travel Stories, and we both had fairly even points, and we both needed 9 boxes, so it was really easy, and we agreed that we would do a points exchange again today. So I'm just going to hopefully, we're just working out whether to teleport to 55 or do the exchange in 74. And then I'll just go through how you do it and what the benefits are. So I'll be back soon. Okay, so unfortunately Travel Stories from 74 hasn't turned up to exchange points as we agreed. So now, as you can see, I'm checking in my province chat if anyone from State 74 would like to exchange. And if I can't find someone suitable, then I'll have to teleport over to 74 and see if there's anyone there. So let's see if I can get some exchange going. So it looks like Melanie from 74 is willing to exchange with TA Archers. And so now, some people don't mind sharing their coordinates in the province chat. It just depends on how aggressive the state is. For instance, in 55, if we see people are going to exchange, we would never interfere with that. But you know, there can be sometimes miscommunication or mistakes are made. So preferably for me, I usually just direct message that player. You can do that just by clicking on their icon on the province chat, and then you can send them a mail. So I have sent Melanie a mail of asking where her location is, which she shared with me. So I'm just going to teleport over to her now, and we can set up the exchange. And to do that, you can just, first off, you can use any existing resource tile that's in the area, or you can obviously place one of your own using the build resource station option, and then you're going to move your troops onto the gathering tile, which we'll do in a second. I'm just going to check with Melanie how strong she is, because we want to get a nice balance here in the points. Now, one thing to remember is don't forget to go into your town buffs and activate your increase 100% Clash of Province score. And Melanie has already put her T8 archers out there. She is German player, so we're just going to translate. You can take your S heroes. No, I won't bother with that because I don't actually have any S hero archers. But I do have a reasonable combo, so I'm just going to have to rearrange my legion for a second. Okay, so I've gone with my three of my maxed orange heroes, front, middle, and back heroes. Don't forget when if you're doing a friendly exchange, don't use your enhanced troops, because when you lose them, it's going to cost you gold. So it's just not worth doing. I also have this heroes. Okay, so it's just important to try and have good communication so you can balance it. You don't want to be you're trying to achieve a nice balance in what you're using, so that you can both gain points evenly. It's not nice to have one player that's really strong and then the other player is suffering. So we're going to try it now. Now, one thing to remember, so all you have to do is click on the gathering tile, click gather, and select the legion. One thing to note, if it's in your home state, the consumption will be 10 stamina, but if you're the person in the foreign state, it'll be more than that. It'll be 20 stamina. So just that's something to bear in mind so you don't run out of stamina when you're doing this. So as you can see, my troops are marching towards the tile now. And Melanie's troops are stronger than mine. So she does have better, actually, because archers are my weakest anyway, she has better gear. So don't forget, once you've hit, you want to refill your troops before you go again. And if you look, even though I scored less points on that hit, I gained 22 million points, and your goal is to get 260 million. So we'd only need to hit each other 13 times. So I'm going to hit her again, and this time obviously her troops will be weaker because I already hit them, so you will probably see that there'll be a different amount achieved this time. Plus you've got to remember that every time you have a battle, hero skills differ, and that has a big impact on the kills. So if you look here now, that second attack, so that time I did beat her, and over the 2 attacks we've probably actually achieved close to an even amount between us in terms of losses and kills. And basically you just want to repeat this process until you've got 260 million points to get your 9th box. Of course it does depend on how many points the opponent is looking to get as well. So sometimes you might need to exchange with 2 or 3 people across the day, but it is a good way to do it. And what you've got to remember is, for instance, if you're attacking the gathering tile, then you're going to drop your shield, which will then have your peace shield cooldown. So I've got 22 minutes left. So you need to, if you're going to do tile exchange, you need to be online. If you have a shield, you need to factor in that you're going to need to be online for 25 minutes, half an hour, so that you can then shield again. And as you can see now, so Melanie's refilled her troops and she's going to go back on the tile. I was recalling my troops every time we go there because she's shielded, and there's no, if you do it this way, then at least one player can always remain shielded, so they don't have to worry. There's a pretty good balance in the points as well. So one thing you've got to bear in mind, say like you're a C25 with me, I've got quite a lot of master research done as well. There's going to be some elements where you are stronger. So if you look there, she has 3 S heroes and I'm just using normal orange, and we're not actually that far apart. If I was to use my T9 class Cav, I think I'd probably be able to beat her archers quite easily. So it's just something to bear in mind as well. When you're doing this, do go into your medical tents after every couple of times. As you can see, after 2 hits, I had 134,000 wounded, and I'm just going to heal those with a few diamonds straight away. Obviously, if you do this 7 or 8 times, depending on your capacity of your medical tent, you might end up starting to lose troops that are dying because your tents are full. So just please always bear that in mind when you're doing this as well. So we're going to just do a few hits together, and then I'll come back towards the end. Hopefully Melanie needs all 9 boxes and we can do it together, but we'll wait and see. One other thing you want to think about maybe is activating your might, 12-hour might and defense bonus. So that's going to give you an extra 20% boost on your legions. So I've just done that now because the last hit that I had against Melanie, she won quite considerably more points than me. So I just need that extra buffer, hopefully, to even the points going forward. And let's see how much of a difference that makes this time. If we look at the last battle report, so again, I lost 1.8 million power in that one. She only lost 600,000. So I really want to try and even this up a bit better. And this time I've won that attack. So I took 1.3 million off her. She's taken 750,000 off me, or 766,000. So it's still a nice balance here, guys, as we continue the attacks. And I'm just going to recall and reload my legion again. So I'm just waiting for Melanie to reload her troops here. And I just wanted to talk about a couple of things to bear in mind. Obviously, first off is is the player that you're exchanging with going to need the same amount of points as you? It's good to just drop them a message and let them know how many points you're on. So a couple of hits ago, I just asked her how many she needs, and she's just replied, I have everything, you still need points. So I'm going to just ask her, yes please, and I'll see how many she's willing to do. Some people are happy to just keep exchanging up to the full amount. Maybe it's going to get them a higher rank in their state on the Clash of Province ranking for that day. It just depends. And again, you've got to consider, you know, when you're healing troops, it's costing you diamonds and resources. Some people might have more than others. So you just have to kind of do what's fair for each of you. I'm sure, you know, you're always going to find one or two players a day that want to exchange. So I'm just going to see if Melanie's going to let me exchange a few more times with her. So Melanie's been kind enough to let me do a couple more hits on her. Let's see if she's going to let me get the full 9. If she doesn't, then that's okay. We might just have to teleport over to 74 and see if we can get some exchange going just with another player to finish the points for the 9th box. But I'll see how many. We'll see. Melanie just let me do another 2 hits. I'm probably going to need another 5 or 6. So hopefully she's going to let me get all 9 on this one exchange, but I'll just have to wait and see. One thing to think about if you're having to do lots of hits, so if you do run low on stamina, as I have in my class legion, I'm down to 11 stamina, so I'm just going to literally transfer over this combination to my Legion 1, which has full stamina, and then I can continue to exchange. Don't forget to move your gear across as well if you have one lot of gear. So as I was saying, I only have 4 items of archer's gear. It's a big weakness for me, but archers are just the weakest element of my accounts. I was always focused on doing cavalry and footmen. So I'm just going to transfer over my heroes, and hopefully Melanie's going to let me. I just need another 2 hits now to get all 9 boxes just in this one exchange, which would be perfect. The perfect scenario. So hopefully, yep, she's put out more troops for me, so that's really nice of her. Even though she's hit 9th box, she's still letting me hit to get my 9th box, and that's generally the fairest way to do it. I don't come across that some players are a bit funny about it and they don't want to help you anymore once they've got their 9th box. It just depends on who you're exchanging with. But in my experience, 90% of the people that you exchange with are happy to do that. So I've got another 32 million off that hit, so I just need one more hit now to get my 9th box. If we have a quick look on the events on Clash of Province score, so I'm up to 260 million, so just the one hit left. So I'm just going to let Melanie know that I'm up to 260 and I just need the one hit. There we go. So as you can see from the messaging, I've kept her updated with how many points I need, and even though she hasn't replied, you know, it lets her know just how many hits we'd have left to do. So I'm just going to do this last hit now, and then we'll come back again. Okay guys, so Melanie and I have finished our points exchange, and as you'll see in my Clash of Province points competition points, I've hit my 9th box, which is the goal of today. So that was a really nice just exchange with Melanie. She's a player from Germany, and we've just had a bit of a chat as well. It's usually nice just to build relationships with other alliances and states in this game. You never know when you might appear together again. You know, Clash of Province, you can quite easily face the same state several times, depending on if you're around the same league. 74 are quite a strong state. Even Melanie, as we can see from her, she did have a really nice couple of legions. She's got quite a few season heroes. I'm not actually going to show her heroes because that'll be a bit unfair on her for when she plays against future people. But she's got a really nice archer set up, and once she gets to level 25, C25, and she unlocks that T9, she's going to have a strong account for sure. So I'm done with this exchange now, so I'm just going to teleport back to my usual mini hive at the side of the mud here. And let's just talk about the advantages of doing a friendly exchange. Well, for instance, it's safer for you if you're going on an aggressive, if you're doing an aggressive kill event strategy where you are scouting targets and then teleporting to them and hitting them. Obviously, there is always the chance that if we just go into the castle, you're going to have a enemy master attack warning on the military intel, which will go up on the province chat. So people will often then share your location, and you're at risk of being hit by several stronger accounts. That certainly happened to me on a couple of occasions when I've been a bit blasé. I got hit by Goodshot, who's the most powerful account in State 52, which didn't end well for me. I think I lost about 5 million power from 2 hits. So the benefit of exchanging on tiles is that if you hit each other on a gathering tile, that doesn't get highlighted in the enemy intel as in the alliance intel or on the state chat as a enemy master attack. So you can, if you find a location just away from the center of the state, both of you, as you saw while we were exchanging points, we quite happily just exchanged points hitting that same tile, and no one came and bothered us. So you have that benefit initially as well. So you have that dual benefit that you're not at risk of being hit yourself. What are the negatives? Well, okay, you're not going to be hitting castles and gaining resources. Depending on your level of account and what your strategy is, you know, if as I've shown before, I have plenty of resources in my account. I've got 1G of food. It's over 600 million lumber, nearly 600 million marble, and I've got 227 million iron. Plus I've got more than that again in my farms that I can take out of them if they need it. So I don't go hunting for resources on kill events anymore. And to be honest with you, I usually just exchange points with other players because it's just nicer to meet other players in the game, get information from them or share your knowledge with them. I've just been talking to Melanie about her hero combinations and giving her a couple of tips. Like I noticed she hadn't opened the 8th combat skill for Witch Hunter, which was one of her archer heroes. Generally, if you've got a back row hero, you want to open that 8th skill first, even above the 6th skill, because the number of troops in that 3rd row of your legion is not such a big issue. It is on the front row, but not so much on the back. So it's nice to kind of gain more knowledge and friends, and you know, this is a sociable game. Yes, it is a war game, but you know, you have all these functions for being able to chat with people both in your alliance and further afield. So it's always nice to have a chat with people. And the other thing to consider is time constraints. We all lead busy lives, and if you come online and you're lucky and you're in a state or you're against a state where lots of people like to exchange, which is more often than not is the case, then you can, you know, with Melanie, she replied to my message on Province Chat within 1 minute. Within a couple of minutes, we were next to each other exchanging points. It's much quicker to do that for probably 20 minutes than having to scout targets in the enemy state and then try and hit them and then scout more. That can take a couple of hours. So again, if it's a Saturday or you've chosen kill event for Sunday and you're a bit pressed for time, often exchanging points is going to be the quickest way that you can do that. And I think that's really it for this video. So as I say, this has just been covering how to do a friendly points exchange on the weekend kill events. I hope you found this useful and it's given you something to think about in how you it'll give you another strategy for what you do at the weekends. Thank you for your continued support on the channel so far. Please don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, like, share and place any comments below that you may have. And I will see you guys soon.